Okay, for the second part, this is section 7.2, the second part, we're going to just do one of the identities that's in the book. This is actually, let's see, example 2 on page 662. And I recommend to you the videos that you'll find by these examples in your book. Maybe you want to practice them and see then how the people in the book suggest to do it. So let's get started. On this one, it is definitely the case that the left-hand side is the more complicated one. So we'll work with it. We're not going to touch the right-hand side, but only work on the left. So perhaps the first thing we see to do is to use the algebraic distributive property and simplify that product. So instead of having tangent squared x times the quantity 1 plus cotangent squared x, we'll rewrite it as tangent squared x, tangent squared x plus tangent squared x times cotangent squared x. All right, then we'll just leave the tangent squared alone for a minute and recognize that tangent x and cotangent x are reciprocals. So maybe where we have cotangent squared x, we'll rewrite that as 1 over tangent squared x. And we know from algebra that we can cancel. So now we have tangent squared x plus 1, right, canceling. And then we know from our fundamental identity, Pythagorean identity, that tangent squared x plus 1 is the same as the secant squared x. And we know from the reciprocal identities that secant squared x is the same as 1 over cosine squared x. And then finally, we use a variation of the fundamental Pythagorean identity to rewrite cosine squared as 1 minus sine squared x. And behold, we did it. Now remember that was the cosine squared x plus sine squared x equals 1 means cosine squared x equals 1 minus sine squared x. We use that, right? So you see what I mean about it being something of an art form, because you just sometimes just have to play around with it. Is this the only way to do it? I am sure it's not, but is it a nifty way to do it? Absolutely. So hope you enjoyed that. Anyhow, the other examples are on page in the book 662 and page 663. There's several other examples you can find videos for. Also, I remind you that if you want to look at the videos for identities that are verified by working on one side and then working on the other and getting them both to come into the same third quantity, third expression, please do so. However, we are not going to focus on that in this course. Okay, see you the next time.